Hey guys, gonna try something a little bit new this time. What I'm gonna be doing now is instead of analyzing the entire game, which of course takes a very long time to do, I'm going to be specifically identifying one key play that I think is replicable and something that is remarkable and commendable to the point that it is worth learning from. And the first one that I'm going to be identifying in this entire series will actually be nobody else but Faker. So the premise of this entire play is that there's a couple things in mind. One is that, firstly, the play revolves around the playing up Herald. It's a minute and 30 before it's about to spawn, and in order for mid laners to ideally just like reset safely and then also be in pressure to pressure mid lane, for the Herald play, then they need to be reset and then deployed by around 7:10 to 7 minutes. So as a result, like this is about the last two waves that these players are going to be playing around, and before making their reset and then making their significant buys. So one thing to note is that both these players at the moment in terms of their isolation have very different combat ability. First is that Faker has a little bit of over the edge just in terms of pure itemization because of Ionian boots. But it is also true that Zoe is the one who has more luxury over mana. It is also worth noting that he also has like two like pots and then cookies, so it's going to be able to equalize eventually. But Soka's the one who wants to take advantage of his champion, which has superior wave clear than Victor at this time, and then just get a favorable reset. So, and it seems to be happening just like that for a little bit.
Straight up 5v5.
Because in isolation, like Faker forces channels a recall here because of two things. One is that if Zoe actually overstays for this wave, and then by the time that he resets, then the wave that is going to be bouncing in around at the 7 minute mark is actually a cannon wave. So the minion that is spawning, like the minion that just like spawned right now, is gonna meet at the right at the middle. This is the cannon wave. If he shoves this additional one, then the cannon minion is gonna soak up so much tower damage to the point that Figure's gonna lose at most like cannon minion and like two melees. But regardless of that, and also it takes a significant amount of time for Zoe to shove in the cannon wave. So as a result, that time expended plus the wave being shoved in and then taking so much tower aggro means that Victor doesn't lose much if he recalls. But the thing is, he actually changes his game plan a little bit, and then he decides to cancel his reset. Now you may be wondering, does the same thing apply to Victor? Not necessarily, because his ultimate actually is like such an impactful ability to the point that he's able to just like delete the minion in one go. Now he obviously expects that Zoe's going to use TP here, and like that's like something that he entirely understands. But the thing is, the reason why this is really good is because now, since the wave has already been crashed and the second wave is already at the halfway point here, then it's going to be meeting up by middle to the little end point by the time that this minion wave gets cleared up by Zoe. As a result, Faker could actually safely reset and then not lose too many towers. Now, his itemization option is rather interesting. There's two reasons why he does this, I think. First is the fact that he does not have enough money for Lost Chapter. Like, he has not seen it. Like, even if he sees perfectly, he would not have been able to, and he didn't. But the reason why I really like this itemization option is with the Blasting Wand is because of the specific way that he could play with the TP advantage that he has in mind. Now, the Herald is going to be coming up, and now like Cuz is already like on the top quadrant about to clear these camps. And with the fact that like Teddy and the carrier are playing in their very aggressive lane, and also like Bao and Becca will not be able to get a lane prio automatically by themselves unless carrier makes an aggressive trade. And if they don't, then Teddy's just going to be using a superior wave clear to just shove the wave in, so they're going to be able to establish bot prio. Furthermore, since the Udyr is on the right side, and also Kana has just used TP, they're all entirely setting up for this Rift Herald play by getting the first touch to the wave, and then also make sure that Udyr gets clean all these camps. Now, the reason why mid lane is really heavily involved in this, and the reason why that small stall and that understanding of the cannon wave is really important in this case, is because now since he has the TP, he's able to use this additional AP that he has acquired to just trade against Zoe aggressively. It doesn't necessarily matter that he does not have ultimate, because he was able to get this little lead. And the thing is, if both of them become low and both of them are forced to reset during the Terrell fight, then Victor is the one that is smiling at the end because he has the TP advantage. So identifying these small windows where you're able to crash the minion wave and then just get a small reset while forcing the enemy to burn TPs in the situation is something that like players should replicate to do, because these are the moments that wins you Herald.